It's the...
Hello, everybody, and Kenny Johnson here with my esteemed colleague, Kenny the Jet Smith.
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over-calm, over-collective. You know, especially with all the media whirlwind in LA, Phil Jackson is that guy. He kept things cool and...
A deep blue twilight over 10 rises of Salt Lake City, Utah. The Utah Jazz have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare. Teams deciding to change it up. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. Kinsey in at shooting guard. Durant is out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Ibaka in at the center, locking down the middle. 6 on the shot clock. Hill drives in. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, the head coach for the Jazz gave me a few moments to catch up with him. We talked about their strategy on how to contain Russell Westbrook, and he told me that Russell's at his best in the open floor. To counteract that, they'll try to make sure they get back on defense in a hurry and limit his chances to get out in transition and start setting up his teammates or throwing down dunks. Neither is a good option for them.
And thanks for that story, Doris. 1:44 left to play here in the first. Here's Kinsey. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And the players on your screen now have been experts with the ball in their hands for the last 10 games, leading the small forward position in assists. 4th, Kevin Durant.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing, just outstanding, truly gifted distributors.
I tell you what, you could put the isolated cam on these guys and you would notice how flawlessly they execute those entry passes. They create so many easy baskets in the low post because of how on time and on target those feeds are.
There's a good screen. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ingles. And the 3 off target.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Utah trailing here. Passes to Blatch. Hill against Waiters. Hill passes to Huertas. The Jazz again can't hit it. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Now here's Freak. Blatch covering. Now Freak. 9 points last game. But 3. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4. 26 seconds left in the first. Pass to Blatch. To the middle. Here's Hill. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He didn't get to that one quite.
Utah ends up going with... The new group. And then for Oklahoma City, Durant's checked in for Dion Waiters. Victor Oladipo comes in for Gerald Henderson. And Freak subbed in for Payne. So for Oklahoma City right now, Kinsey in at point guard. Baca is out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Victor Oladipo. And it's Durant in at the 3. Gobert with a screen on Oladipo. Here's Burke. That's tipped. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Harkless with the bucket. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Hood.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
And here's Freak. He's got 5. Now here's Kinsey. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And, boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Oklahoma City leading by 9. The kick out to Oladipo. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists tonight.
Assist from
Jazz have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Hood gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hood's got 7 now in this quarter.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
And down it goes. 3-pointer falls in from Freak. Freak's got the lead up to 11 now for Oklahoma City. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets came through when they needed him to. He had 9 points, and he made them pay over and over from the line. A lot of free throws for him. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Hayward dishes to Burke. Gobert the screen. Now here's Burke, defended by Ibaka. Favors up and in from the low block.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. And it's Freak missing.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Now here's Burke, guarded closely. Gobert the screen. A shot by Hayward, wide open. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 5 assists in the game.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over.
Second half about to start here in just a few moments. Teams deciding to change it up. And Utah has possession. Trailing by 13. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And in that game, guys, they were just about as dominant defensively on the interior as you could ever be.
And once they got a few rejections, they had opposing scorers looking for those long arms and hands, and it caused hesitation in taking shots in there.
Watch out there with Hill. And it's Huertas in at the 2. That's the group right now for Utah.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
.157 left here in the third quarter. Count that one.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Freak kicks to Harkless. They set the pick. Here's Kinsey. That's collected by Blanche.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Here's Huertas. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Freak kicks to Harkless. To the paint, here's Kinsey. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Nato, it's blocked. Payne with it. 5 points in the game. And it's Freak missing.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Hill, no good. Oklahoma City leading by 16. Payne passes to Harkless. Look for Freak. And Waiters kicks to Harkless. Here's Kinsey. Trains the three-pointer. Freak's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Thunder.
You know, with all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Yeah, and any team will take that excellent in terms of their efficiency.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Nato, no good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Thunder. Freak comes in for Russell Westbrook. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Thunder. Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Oladipo is out there with Freak, and it's McGarry in at the 5 down low. And the foul called on Freak. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Trey Burke. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Freak's checked in for Payne. Here's Freak.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
1:39 left in the game.
I mean, I like the call.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win.
Well, Gerald.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver, Ernie. He needed this game. You look at how he's been playing recently, and this was huge for him.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Taking me out for dumb reasons. Wow.
2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Checking out Oklahoma City, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. Got a couple of minutes here before tip-off. Let's talk about the best of the best. The category this time around, ball handle. Kenny, who's got the best handle?
The best handle in the league right now? Oh, easily. Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry.
Oh.
I'm going Kyrie #1, Steph Curry #1A. Because I say this, Steph Curry has to use his handle to get his shot, but Kyrie uses it all the time.
Starting.
Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of the Thunder, we're broadcasting from the Chesapeake Energy Arena, bringing you the Harkless is checked in for Oklahoma City. Freak comes in for Payne. The Pacers making a switch here. And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got Paul George Hill out there with Ellis. And there's Ian Mahinmi, and it's Hill in at the 4. Indiana's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Right side, George. Pass to Mahinmi. Outside, Hill. Shoots the 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And a wide open look for Freak. The Thunder with another miss. Indiana's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Ellis outside. The high post shot. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And that one's good. Durant.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Pick up by Hill. And George kicks to Ellis. Ellis can't get that one to fall either. Thunder have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Ellis. And that one's good. Freak. Here's Hill. 14 points from him the last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And equally as impressive, the playmaking. Just sensational. The way he was seeing the court and making the game easy for his teammates.
Pick up by Hill. George double team. Got a piece of it. Shoots a 3. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Durant. Freak's got his second bucket of the night. Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Oladipo, good.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And here's George. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. For 3, Hill, and it's blocked. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's the Thunder as they end the period on a 9-0 run. And back in a moment as we'll get... And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his...
He trusts you every time.
Well, if you wonder how much difference... Group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Mitch McGary's checked in for Ibaka. Durant comes in for Harkless. McLemore's checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Freak subbed in for Payne. On the court right now for the Pacers. George Hill at the 1, Paul George at the 2. Turner is out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Mahimi in at the 5. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Oladipo's checked in. Hill drives in. In the corner, Miles with it. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Pass to McGary. And McLemore kicks to Freak. Off target with his 3. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Kings in Sacramento.
Yeah, I had the chills watching that. It really was a nightmare defensively for them when you go into that building and get punished by some very hot shooting.
They didn't challenge the shooters. They didn't defend the shooters like they should have. And once the fans got into it and the arena started ramping up and cranking up, it was over.
A little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead.
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Outside Hill. 5 on the clock. He dishes it to Turner. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Oklahoma City. For Indiana, they have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Monte Ellis checked in for Indiana.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling.
Now we have a chance to see the teams that have been the NBA's best three-point shooters this month. The Thunder in 4th.
And right now, their three-point shooters are in terrific rhythm. I mean, they've put on a display here from long range.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in, and that one's good. George has got his second bucket.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second. Getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Let's take a look at some numbers in this one for Freak. He has 8 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Down low, here's George, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Oladipo goes in. McLemore. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
The Thunder leading by 5. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And that one's good. Freak.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Indiana's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's George. He's got 6. Lets it go from deep, and that one's good. George has got 9.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top.
Getting ready for Oklahoma City. Maurice Harkless is checked in for McGary. Henderson comes in for Kevin Durant. Waiters, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And Freak subbed in for Payne. Kinsey in at point guard. Harkless is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Henderson. And it's Waiters in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And the rejection by Ezeli. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here is Miles. Henderson defending. Raiders against George. George double team. From deep, Miles. That ball's nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Oklahoma City's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Raiders on the wing. 1:58 left in the third quarter of the game. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Here we can get a look at Oklahoma City, Kevin, and what kind of numbers they put up these last 10 games. Second in fewest turnovers per game. Third in opponent points per game. And they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
And you gotta love how well they safeguard their offensive possessions. You see the ranking, second fewest turnovers committed. Terrific ball handling and smart passing.
Hill, he's checked in for Ezeli. Ellis kicks to Hill. Back to Ellis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ellis has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Shot's good. 7 points here for Harkless.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Ellis outside. The pass to Miles. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Ellis can't get it to go.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Here's George.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Then McLemore, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. That'll put Serge Ibaka on the line. That one on George. Pacers trail by 3. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 14 points here for George.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And Freak throws it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pick up by Hill. They set the pick. Ellis wide open. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
3-pointer. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off to... All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. So the Thunder with some changes. Baca comes in for Ben McLemore. And Freak subbed in for Payne. And so in the game for the Pacers. Paul George is out there with Mahinmi. Then there's Ellis. Then there's Hill. And it's Ezeli in at the 5 spot.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
Passes it to Mahinmi. Out to the right wing. It's back to Hill. But they recover it. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the trifecta. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. It was a fantastic ball.
Kevin, what?
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, so
he was a beast on the boards tonight, guys. There's nobody else. I think no one in the world that can match his effort on the glass tonight. Emotionally, his rebound.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, I mean thrilled, to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Checking out Cleveland. More than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings. Making their mark and playing well. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure.
This Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. The crowd here. Calderon, he's checked in for Cleveland. And then for Oklahoma City, Harkless comes in for Mitch McGarry, and Freak subbed in for Payne. So for Oklahoma City right now, Kinsey in at point guard. Durant is out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Oladipo, and it's Ibaka in at the center position. Dellavedova from outside. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Oladipo. And it's 7 points for Kevin Durant.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Pass to Dellavedova. Here's Love. Shot clock at 6. Got a piece of it. Here's Kinsey. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them. A room service dime by Jose Calderon.
The Thunder with the lead. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Oladipo. Deflects the pass and stolen by Love. Here's Dellavedova. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Here's Kinsey. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. James wide open. And no good. And a chance to take the lead. And it's Oladipo with the jam.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. Fifth on the list, the Thunder.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Here's Kinsey. Good D by Thompson.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. For the Cavaliers, Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Johnson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Matthew Dellavedova. And then for Oklahoma City, Waiters, he's checked in for Durant. And it's Henderson for Victor Oladipo. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Here's Calderon, and Fry has it in the corner. Cannon from long range. He knocks it down right at the buzzer!
That's a
And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game. I think you'd have to say the preparation. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. Love comes in for James Johnson. LeBron, he's checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Jose Calderon. Taking a look at the Thunder, Durant and Ibaka playing at the 4 and 5. Freak is out there with Oladipo. And it's McLemore in at the small forward. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors delivered quite a performance. He finished with 24 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. His coach called it a breakout game for him and said that this was the kind of performance they knew he was capable of when they brought him on board. Now can he sustain it, Kevin?
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
And both free throws good from Freak.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Here's where Oklahoma City sits in the NBA statistical standings right now. First in fewest turnovers a game. First in opponent points per game. And they also show up top 5 in team field goal percentage. That's excellent. Actually, that's elite level.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
There's the pick. James kicks to Dellavedova. Back to James. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Durant. The Thunder leading by 5. 104 left in the first half. Now here's Freak. They had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Cleveland's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. To the wing on the left. Back to Love. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch. They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Love with the screen for LeBron. Passes it to Love. Good, and the assist goes to James. 6 points for Kevin Love.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Freak with it. Stolen away. Dellavedova. No good. And the first half.
Gentlemen, I'm over.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need. The Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Johnson comes in for Kevin Love. Kennedy's checked in for Smith. And it's Calderon in for Matthew Dellavedova. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Ibaka. Henderson comes in for Kevin Durant. Dion Waiters checked in for Oladipo. And Freak subbed in for Payne. Johnson is out there with Channing Frye. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. Then there's Calderon. And it's LeBron in at the 3. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Thunder.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Johnson gets the bucket.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Here's Kinsey. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
Too easy. And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm. Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
And he gets it to go.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
The 3 cannot hit. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Johnson with a screen on Henderson. Here's the floater. Johnson a wide open look, and Harkless pulls it down.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Here's Kinsey. Buries it from three-point range. Freak's got 13 points. The Cavaliers trail by 21. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Johnson the screen for the 3. And James with the basket on the assist by Calderon. 9 points for LeBron.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make this thing interesting.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. Here's Cannon. He's got 6. Here's LeBron. What a play! Simply. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. For the Cavaliers, Channing Fries checked in for Thompson. Johnson comes in for James. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Matthew Dellavedova. McGarry's checked in for the Thunder. Freak comes in for Payne. So for Oklahoma City right now, Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Oladipo is out there with Freak, and it's McGarry in at the 5. Now Freak. Six to shoot. 8 feet away. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Thunder lead by 15.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Thunder.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And Greg, you know, as interconference opponents, tonight was their only chance to get that revenge. I mean, they won't see each other in the regular season again until next season.
No surprise here. Just a big-time performance for Kevin Durant. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Cannon kicks to Johnson. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. And here's Freak. No good. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the
A great game.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
Well, this win was really, really needed, and he went out and he got it for him. They lost 2.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille